Mrs. Chen, your daughter's headscarf violates our dress code policy. She needs to remove it or she'll be sent home. Principal Robert Hammond stood in the doorway of Sophia Chen's classroom, his arms crossed. Behind him stood Sophia's daughter, Emma, 7 years old, tears streaming down her face, clutching her pink hijab like it might protect her. Sophia looked up from grading papers, her own navy blue hijab neatly pinned. It was 7:45 a.m. School didn't start for 15 minutes. She'd brought Emma to work early because her husband had an early shift at the hospital. "Excuse me?" Sophia stood slowly, her teacher voice activating, the one that commanded respect from 30 rowdy third graders. "The dress code," Hammond repeated. "No hats or head coverings in the building. It's policy. Have you ever watched your child be punished for who she is while you're standing right there wearing the same thing?" Sophia Chen was 36, a 6th grade math teacher at Riverside Elementary in suburban Sacramento. She'd taught there for 12 years, 10 as a non-Muslim, 2 as a hijabi Muslim teacher. She'd won Teacher of the Year twice, once before converting, once after. Her hijab hadn't changed her excellence. She'd converted to Islam 8 years ago after marrying Omar, a Syrian immigrant and cardiologist, but she'd only started wearing hijab a year ago, after years of spiritual growth and personal choice. Her daughter Emma had started wearing hijab 6 months ago, not because Sophia forced her, because Emma had watched her mother's confidence grow, had seen the beauty in the practice, and had asked, "Mama, can I be a hijabi too?" It was adorable, until this moment. "Mr. Hammond," Sophia said carefully, walking toward her daughter, "the dress code exempts religious head coverings. I helped revise that policy 3 years ago. And in case you've forgotten, I've been wearing hijab myself for the past year." Which brings me to my point. Mrs. Chen, you converted to Islam 3 years ago, started wearing hijab yourself just last year. Now suddenly your 7-year-old daughter is wearing one too? This doesn't look like organic religious expression. It looks like you imposing your new beliefs on a child too young to consent. The accusation hung in the air like poison. Not just questioning Emma's choice, but questioning Sophia's motherhood. Questioning her conversion. Questioning whether converts could even be real Muslims. Emma sobbed harder. "Mama, I want to wear it. I asked you, remember? I asked you." Sophia knelt down, wiping her daughter's tears. "I know, Habibi, you don't have to take it off." She stood back up, looking Hammond in the eye. Her voice was calm, but steel ran through it. "My daughter chose to wear hijab. We didn't force her. We actually tried to talk her out of it, not because we're against it, but because we knew she'd face exactly what she faced this morning. We knew people would question her, judge her, treat her differently." She adjusted her own hijab slightly, a deliberate gesture. "And as for me being a convert, yes, I chose Islam. That's what makes it legitimate. I wasn't born into it out of cultural obligation. I studied it. I chose it. And I'm raising my daughter to make her own choices about faith." Hammond's jaw tightened. "Mrs. Chen, you're a teacher here. You should understand that we need to maintain neutral learning environments. Having both you and your daughter wearing religious symbols sends a message. What message? That Muslims exist? That we teach in public schools? That we're American citizens with constitutional rights? That's not what Then what are you saying, Mr. Hammond? Because it sounds like you're saying converts aren't real Muslims, that our religious expression is somehow less legitimate than people born into faith, that visibility is the problem." Hammond shifted uncomfortably. "I'm saying that a 7-year-old can't meaningfully consent to a religious practice that marks her as different from her peers, especially when her mother, a teacher at this school, is modeling that same practice. Would you question a 7-year-old wearing a cross if her Christian mother wore one too?" Sophia asked quietly. Hammond had no answer. Mr. Hammond, I'm going to be very clear. My daughter is wearing hijab because she chose to. I wear hijab because I chose to. Both choices are protected by the First Amendment. And if you make my daughter remove hers, you're going to need to explain why, while I'm standing here wearing mine. Then I'll have to call a board meeting, Hammond said stiffly. This is insubordination. Call it, Sophia replied. I'll see you there. Hammond left, his footsteps echoing down the empty hallway. Emma clung to her mother, still crying. Mama, are you in trouble? Are you in trouble? No, baby, we're not in trouble. Some people just don't understand that different is okay, but we're going to teach them. But Sophia knew this was bigger than one principal's ignorance. This was about whether Muslim children and Muslim teachers had the right to exist visibly in public schools. And she was going to fight it. By lunch, every teacher in Riverside Elementary knew what had happened. The teacher's lounge buzzed with tension. I can't believe Hammond did that to Sophia, whispered Jessica Martinez, the third-grade teacher. She's been wearing hijab for a year. We all know her. She's one of our best teachers. And now he's going after her daughter too, added Marcus Thompson, fifth-grade teacher. That's crossing a line. Sophia sat at the corner table, eating her sandwich, trying to project calm while her mind raced. She'd already emailed the school board, already contacted the ACLU, already prepared for the fight she knew was coming. Linda Morrison, a veteran teacher with 30 years at Riverside, sat down across from Sophia. She looked at Sophia's hijab, the same navy blue one she'd worn every day for a year, and shook her head. I've watched you teach for 12 years, Sophia. 10 years without hijab, 2 years with it. You know what changed? What? Sophia asked. Nothing, Linda said firmly. You're the same excellent teacher, the same kind colleague, the same person. The only thing that changed is Hammond's comfort level. He thinks I'm indoctrinating Emma. He thinks Muslims shouldn't be visible, Linda corrected. Especially not converts, especially not teachers. He tolerated you being Muslim when it was invisible, but hijab makes it undeniable, and that scares him. Linda leaned forward. But here's what he didn't count on. We know you. We've worked beside you for years. We watched you convert. We watched you grow in your faith. We watched you become even more confident, more centered, more you. She pulled out a piece of paper. So, I've been talking to the others. We're writing a letter supporting you and Emma, both of you. You won't believe what happened next. By the end of the school day, Linda had organized something unprecedented. 17 teachers signed a letter supporting both Sophia and Emma's right to wear hijab. The letter was respectful, but firm. We, the undersigned educators of Riverside Elementary, support the religious freedom of all students and staff, including Sophia Chen and her daughter Emma Chen, to wear hijab. Sophia has been an exemplary teacher for 12 years. Her conversion to Islam and choice to wear hijab have only strengthened her teaching. Emma's choice to follow her mother's example is beautiful, not concerning. The dress code clearly exempts religious expression. Principal Hammond's directive violates both school policy and constitutional law. We stand with Sophia and Emma Chen, as colleagues, as fellow educators, and as Americans who believe religious freedom belongs to everyone, including converts. 17 signatures, including 3 teachers who weren't particularly close to Sophia, including one teacher who'd initially been confused when Sophia started wearing hijab, but had grown to respect it, including the gym teacher who admitted he didn't know much about Islam but knew good teaching when he saw it. They weren't just standing up for Emma, they were standing up for Sophia too, for her right to be a visible Muslim teacher, for her right to practice her chosen faith openly. When Sophia saw the letter, she cried.
Not from sadness, from gratitude. "You didn't have to do this," she told Linda. "Yes, we did," Linda replied. "Because today it's your hijab and Emma's hijab. Tomorrow it's some other teacher's religious expression. Next week it's a student's. If we don't protect all religious freedom, including yours, we protect none." Thursday evening. The Riverside School District boardroom was packed. Over 200 people, parents, teachers, community members, media. Principal Hammond sat in the front row, looking confident. He'd prepared a presentation about maintaining neutral learning environments and age-appropriate religious expression. Sophia sat 3 rows back with Emma beside her, both wearing their hijabs. Omar sat on Emma's other side, his hand protectively on his daughter's shoulder. The 17 teachers sat together in a block, wearing matching ribbons, purple, for religious freedom. Board President Karen Walsh called the meeting to order. "We're here to discuss the incident regarding Emma Chen and the dress code policy. Principal Hammond, you requested this meeting. Please present your case." Hammond stood, clicking to his PowerPoint presentation. "Thank you, Madam President. I want to be clear. This isn't about discrimination. It's about maintaining a neutral educational environment where all students feel comfortable."
He clicked to a slide showing the dress code. "Our dress code prohibits hats and head coverings. This policy has been in place for 15 years. It prevents gang symbols, inappropriate messages, and distractions." Another slide. "The religious exemption exists for genuine religious expression. But we must ask, when both mother and daughter are recent converts wearing the same religious garment, is this autonomous choice or family pressure?" Sophia felt Omar tense beside her. She squeezed his hand. "Stay calm. Let him finish." "Mrs. Chen converted to Islam 3 years ago. She started wearing hijab only 1 year ago. 6 months later, her 7-year-old daughter began wearing one. The timing is concerning. Is this a child's genuine spiritual choice, or is she simply mimicking her mother?" He clicked to another slide. "Additionally, Mrs. Chen is a teacher at Riverside Elementary. Her visible religious practice, while protected as a staff member, combined with her daughter's matching religious practice, creates an environment where Islam appears endorsed by the school." The implication was clear. Muslim teachers wearing hijab next to their hijabi children was somehow inappropriate. "I'm not questioning the Chen family's right to practice Islam privately. I'm questioning whether a classroom teacher's visible religious practice, combined with her young daughter's matching practice, crosses the line from personal faith into institutional endorsement." He sat down, looking pleased with himself. Board President Walsh nodded. "Thank you, Principal Hammond. Mrs. Chen, you've requested time to respond. You have 10 minutes. Sophia stood. Emma grabbed her hand. "Do you want me to go with you, Mama?" "No, baby. Stay with Baba. I'll be right up front where you can see me." Sophia walked to the podium. No PowerPoint, no prepared slides, just a mother, a teacher, and a Muslim woman speaking truth. She adjusted her hijab, a deliberate, visible gesture that half the room noticed. "Good evening. My name is Sophia Chen. I've been a math teacher at Riverside Elementary for 12 years. I've taught over 600 students. I've won Teacher of the Year twice, once before I converted to Islam, once after I started wearing hijab. Let that sink in. My colleagues voted me Teacher of the Year while I was wearing this." She touched her hijab. "This isn't new to them. This isn't controversial to people who actually work with me. This is just me." She paused. "I'm also Emma's mother, and I need to correct some things Principal Hammond said. First, yes, I'm a convert. I chose Islam after years of study, prayer, and spiritual searching. I didn't convert because of my husband. I converted because I found truth in the faith. And yes, I started wearing hijab a year ago. Because in Islam, hijab is a choice, not an obligation from birth. Some Muslim women wear it, some don't. I chose to." Sophia's voice strengthened. "My daughter watched me make that choice. She watched me grow more confident, more centered, more at peace. And 6 months ago, she asked if she could wear hijab too.
We said no at first. We told her she was too young, that she should wait, that it was a big decision. But she insisted. Every day for a month she asked, "Mama, I want to wear hijab like you. I want to pray like you. I want to be a Muslim who people can see." Sophia's voice cracked slightly, so we let her try. We told her she could stop anytime. We told her if anyone made her feel bad, she didn't have to wear it. But she loves it. She's proud of it. She's proud of her faith, which she's learning from me, yes, but also choosing for herself. She looked directly at Hammond. Principal Hammond said my visibility as a teacher, combined with Emma's visibility as a student, creates institutional endorsement of Islam. Let me be very clear, that's nonsense. Christian teachers wear cross necklaces. Their children wear them too. Nobody accuses them of institutional endorsement. Jewish teachers take off for Yom Kippur. Their children do too. Nobody questions it. But a Muslim convert teacher wears hijab and suddenly it's concerning. My daughter wears matching hijab and suddenly it's pressure. She paused. The real issue isn't Emma's age. It's not my conversion. It's that Principal Hammond can't tolerate visible Islam, especially from people who chose it. The audience was silent, riveted. I'm standing here not just as Emma's mother, but as a teacher who believes every student deserves to feel safe expressing their identity, and as a teacher who deserves the same right. She gestured to the 17 teachers wearing purple ribbons. They stood in solidarity. My colleagues understand this. That's why 17 teachers, Christian, Jewish, atheist, all faiths and no faith, signed a letter supporting both Emma's right and my right to wear hijab. We're not asking for special treatment. We're asking for equal treatment. She looked at Emma in the audience. Her daughter gave her a thumbs up. Monday morning, you made my 7-year-old daughter cry. You made her question whether her faith was wrong, whether she was wrong. You traumatized a child. Her voice strengthened. But you also questioned whether I belong in your classrooms, whether Muslim teachers who are visible can be trusted, whether converts are real Muslims, whether Islam has a place in public education. The answer to all those questions is yes. Yes, I belong. Yes, Muslim teachers exist. Yes, converts are real Muslims. Yes, Islam, like Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, belongs wherever its practitioners are, including public schools, including visible practitioners. Sophia returned to her seat. Emma reached up to hug her. You did good, Mama. The applause started small, then grew, a standing ovation from half the room. But the truly shocking part was still coming. Board President Walsh opened the floor for public comment. 37 people had signed up to speak. The first speaker was Pastor Michael Davidson from First Presbyterian Church. Good evening. I'm Pastor Davidson. I've served this community for 20 years. I'm here because what happened to Sophia and Emma Chen is an attack on all religious freedom. He looked at Hammond. Principal Hammond, I've baptized children younger than 7. I've watched them pray, learn scripture, express faith. Should I tell their parents they're too young to consent to Christianity? He turned to Sophia. Mrs. Chen, you're one of the finest teachers in this district. Your conversion strengthened your teaching, not weakened it. Your hijab makes you more you, not less professional. Thank you for your courage. The audience applauded. Next was Rabbi Sarah Goldstein from Temple Beth Israel. My son wore a yarmulke to Riverside Elementary for 3 years. Nobody questioned his religious sincerity. Nobody accused me of pressure. Principal Hammond, why is Emma Chen being treated differently? Is it because she's Muslim, or because her mother is a visible Muslim teacher? More applause. One by one, speakers rose. Christians, Jews, Buddhists, atheists, all defending Sophia and Emma's right to wear hijab. Elena Rodriguez, PTA president, was direct. Sophia Chen is one of the best teachers our children will ever have. If wearing hijab makes her feel whole, then I'm grateful she wears it. My daughter learned from her that smart, professional women come in all forms, including hijab. A parent named Jennifer Brooks spoke. My daughter is in Mrs. Chen's class. Last year, before Mrs. Chen wore hijab, she was an excellent teacher. This year, with hijab, she's still an excellent teacher. Know what changed? Nothing. Except now my daughter knows that Muslim women can be math teachers. That's a good thing. The 17th speaker was Linda Morrison, the veteran teacher. I'm 63 years old. I've taught for 30 years. I'm Christian, born and raised, and I'm here to tell you, Sophia Chen is one of the finest educators I've ever worked with. She looked at Hammond. When she converted to Islam, some of us were surprised. When she started wearing hijab, some of us didn't understand. But we learned, we grew, we asked questions respectfully, and she answered graciously. That's what education is, learning about people different from you. Sophia taught us about Islam not through preaching, but through living her faith with integrity. Emma is learning the same thing, how to be Muslim in America with confidence and kindness. She turned to the board. If you punish Sophia and Emma for being visibly Muslim, you tell every Muslim teacher and student that they must hide to belong. That's not American. That's not education. That's discrimination. After 2 hours of testimony, Board President Walsh called for a vote on a motion. Reaffirmed that the religious exemption in the dress code applies equally to all faiths and all practitioners, including converts and their children, and that both Sophia and Emma Chen's hijabs are protected expression. The vote was unanimous, 5-0. But Walsh wasn't done. Additionally, I'm calling for a full review of Principal Hammond's conduct. Targeting a teacher and her child based on their religious conversion and practice is unacceptable. Mr. Hammond, you'll meet with HR and the superintendent next week. The meeting adjourned to standing ovation. Principal Hammond resigned 2 weeks later. Maria Santos, the vice principal, became acting principal. Her first call was to Sophia. I'm sorry, Maria said. What Hammond did was wrong. On behalf of this school, you belong here. Both of you. Sophia's story went viral. Muslim convert teacher defends daughter's hijab. 17 colleagues stand with her. The district adopted the Sophia Chen Religious Freedom Protocol, protecting both students and staff religious expression equally. Emma thrived. Her hijab became just another part of who she was. But most importantly, 3 other Muslim teachers in the district, who'd been wearing hijab privately or not at all, started wearing it openly to work. You made it safe, one told Sophia. You showed us we don't have to hide. 5 years later, Emma, now 12, presented the first Emma Chen Religious Freedom Award to a Sikh student who'd created an interfaith club. 5 years ago, Emma said, my principal told me I couldn't wear hijab. My mom, who wears hijab too, stood up for me. So did 17 teachers who don't even share our faith. She touched her hijab. This isn't just fabric. It's a reminder that we don't have to hide who we are. That converts are real Muslims. That visible faith is beautiful faith. That teachers can be hijabi and excellent. Thank you, Mama, for teaching me to be brave. The room erupted in applause. Sophia watched her daughter, confident, articulate, unapologetically Muslim, and felt the weight of what they'd fought for. Not just Emma's right to wear hijab, but every convert's right to practice visibly. Every Muslim teacher's right to exist openly. Every child's right to see faith represented authentically. They'd won more than a dress code battle. They'd won the right to be fully themselves. Have your children faced discrimination at school?
Have you, as a convert, faced questions about legitimacy? Have visible religious practitioners been told to hide? Sophia's lesson. Converts are real. Visible faith is valid. Teachers can be religious and professional. Share this if you believe religious freedom includes the freedom to practice openly, regardless of when you chose your faith.